Well, they drafted. I mean, there's a article that was put out. Mike Payton, and he's getting a lot of crap for it. Which I was checking out and I was reading it because I read the article, and it was basically the article's called "Don't be shocked if the Lions trade Jameson Williams during the 2025 NFL Draft. Why and what they could get." And it was after the Matthew Golden they met with him.
Yeah.
And he mentioned in the article that they would have to pay him $15 million for that fifth-year option, which it really isn't that much money, but it is $50 million. It is a raise from what he's making, and about half of what Amon-Ra's making. And he also talked about what they could potentially get, and he mentioned the Jags as a potential partner if you were to trade him to pair with Brian Thomas Jr. And he said that the Lions could potentially get the 88th pick and the 194th pick. So for Jameson Williams. And then the Jags get J-Mo. So that's the trade. And now everyone was going at him for suggesting it, but I think it's good to have conversations like this just to see. But I don't know. I think if you're in Brad's position, I don't know if you want to trade him right now because it's his first it's like his first good season. You know what I mean? I think you'd want to wait, trade him, see if he does it again next year. And I know there's the risk. What if he doesn't and he gets hurt or something? But it's like then I'll throw the other situation. What if he gets another 1,000? Then it's like, okay, now his value increased even more. And he's on the field. Now everyone's like, oh, 2,000-yard seasons. This dude's really starting to become a really good player. I don't think you trade him for the draft during the draft. I don't really care about the two picks because you don't need a bunch of picks right now anyway. You have a really good roster, so you probably want future picks. So I would wait to see this J-Mo thing play out. I think you have two really good wide receivers. They have Sam Laporta. I get the BPA thing, but just my opinion, I don't think Matthew Golden at this point, does much for them. And now in 2 years, he will, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I honestly I'm not going to buy too much stock in it. I'll say that right now. I don't think they draft Matthew Golden. All right. I'll just say, and clip this in a week and a half. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty confident. I think they're just doing their due diligence as they should, meet with a lot of players they like. But when it comes down to it, I don't think they're going to be drafting Matthew Golden.
The J-Mo thing too, by the way, you at least have to wait until after this year, until that 5th year is up. Or that 5th year is hey, are you going to opt in? What are you doing with that 5th year option? I think that's when the conversation really starts. I just don't see a world this year where you're going into a Super Bowl year and you're just going to say, hey, let's just move on from a wide receiver too. Whether you draft a guy or not, you don't know what that guy's going to be. We see wide receivers in the first 2 or 3 rounds all the time, not hit, Jalen Reagor and guys like that. So it's you're going to lean on a guy like that instantly and hope. And that's where, for me, it's just you have to keep J-Mo at least another year and say, all right, what happens? And then it's do you want to opt in on the 5th year? How does J-Mo deal with it? Because the T. Higgins stuff, you see that stuff happening all the time with contracts. You don't know what's going to end up going down with it. So you do have to be prepared after this year, in my opinion. That's why, all of this conversation with the Matthew Golden stuff, everyone will agree, and this is where my mind kind of changes. Everyone will agree at some point in the draft, 2nd, 3rd round, getting Jane Higgins or getting a different wide receiver in the 3rd round. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. But it's if Brad loves a guy and has a high ceiling on the guy in the 1st round and he pulls the trigger on that, which again, let's make this clear before everyone starts yelling again. I would rather have an edge rusher. I would rather have Mike Green. If you're going to trade, go give me Mike Green. Give me Donovan Izaraku. I'll take Shamar Stewart. I would rather have those guys, but looking in the mind of Brad Holmes to the point of let's not have this argument and just keep ignoring the fact that at some point you're going to need a wide receiver, whether it's an X or whether it's the same wide receiver. At some point in the next 12 to 24 months, this team's going to need another wide receiver too, potentially. That's where it's he's meeting with them. It's a fact, and it's a bad thing. No, he's just getting a guy with the higher ceiling than he would in the 3rd round if he got someone. That's all it comes down to. It's how good of a player does he want to get? And I just the J-Mo thing. He's probably. And I saw people arguing on Twitter about it, saying, "Oh, you're going to pay J-Mo. You're going to pay J-Mo." I saw people shout out Spenny. Spenny was I don't want to talk about the J-Mo thing, right? These are conversations that have to be had now because in the next 2 years, contracts are up, 5th year options are up. You're going to have to extend. He's going to want $30 million. Things are going to have to happen. Those conversations have to be had today so you can keep preparing yourself for the next 2 or 3 seasons and after this next season as well.
Yeah.
And real quick too, Shift God said our biggest weakness is not wide receiver. Like, that's not the point. Like, I got to stop talking about this stuff. I don't think people are understanding the whole underlying point of this first round.
Well,
I really don't.
No, because I think we're having two different conversations. That's the problem. There's a conversation what Brad does and what we think. You're trying to say what Brad does, and we're responding what we think, and it's not lining up. We know what Brad does. I understand what Brad does. He drafts anybody. But like, you agree. That's why there's really no argument. We agree, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't want a wide receiver.
I mean, the edge rusher is the need
with the conversation.
But again, like, and 2 years ago, what did everyone want with that 12th or this 8th overall pick or whatever it was?
Jalen Carter.
I wanted
what
Jalen
happened?
Carter. But
exactly.
when they took Gibbs, Gibbs is a really good player. I just thought, man, like, it's the running back thing. But regardless, I don't think, in my opinion, that's the greatest example, because J-Mo and DeAndre, like, J-Mo is under contract for 2 years, and he's way better than DeAndre Swift as a player. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's the same underlying scenario to where it has nothing to do with, and that's why I didn't want to bring that up initially, but it has nothing to do with who is in those positions already, because that's the exact point that I'm talking about, that Brad does not care of who you have on the depth chart. Like, he does not. He doesn't. Like, the depth chart, in the first round of a draft, he puts the depth chart away and he throws it.
Yes.
You guys are bringing up the argument, well, you still have J-Mo. He doesn't care. If there's a wide receiver that's at that level and on the board, and he's like, oh my gosh, boys, whoa. Yes. That's the point.
No, and trust me, I know, I understand, and you're making sense. I understand. It doesn't matter about the depth chart. He'll take the best player he thinks is available. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested, or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.